Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. My name is Plami and in this episode of Ray Decay, I'm gonna be reacting to Big Hit's new boy group, Enhypen. And yes, I know that it's technically not just Big Hit's new group, it's like a company under Big Hit and I think Mnet or something called Believed. But it's a Big Hit group essentially, so I'm just gonna call it that. Um, and yeah, I'm not even sure whether I really want to do this reaction because if the song ends up being what I expect it to be, I just will probably end up really hating on this group because it's associated with Big Hit, for which, if you didn't know, because you're probably not subscribed to my channel, I have a huge disdain for Big Hit nowadays, ever since BTS switched up their concept. I mean, to be honest, ever since they released DNA, even though I don't really hate DNA, Fake Love, or Idol, but that's when the slow destruction of BTS's music started, and it's pretty much completely destroyed at this point for me. And I blame Big Hit for that because it has to be them, just because their newest boy group, TXT, also has a very similar style and production to what BTS does nowadays. So it has to be a change forced onto BTS by Big Hit. So in general, I don't really want to support Big Hit, and that's one of the reasons why I don't react to BTS anymore. And also because I'll probably just rant about how much I don't like BTS anymore for like 20 minutes, as I am doing right now. But at the very least, I'm willing to give this group a chance or two, so probably I'll be reacting whenever they have another comeback, depending on whether I like this song or not. But yeah, for me, it's just that at this point, whatever Big Hit touches kind of starts to really annoy me and not really be entertaining to me. Like for example, G-Friend. I know that they're still under their own company, but ever since they joined Big Hit as a subsidiary, their music changed, and I just don't like that change. Call me a person who is against change, I don't care. There's certain things that I like about certain groups, and I don't want those things to be lost by those groups. BTS lost what I liked about them, and seemingly G-Friend, even though their music is not necessarily worse right now, because it's definitely more unique, it's just not what I used to like about them. But yeah, I'm getting a little sidetracked, so let's just get into the reaction and let's see how I'm gonna feel about this song, given taken in 3, 2, 1. I'm expecting it's gonna sound not that far off of TXT's music. There's the autotune. Oh man. So far, it genuinely feels like a TXT song. Yep. I mean, it still sounds good, don't get me wrong. But this is just TXT's music by another group. And I am a decently big fan of TXT, although I'm really disappointed at their most recent song. So yeah, I don't really see something that I haven't seen with like TXT's music, so yeah. Hope you don't hate me for comparing those two groups. I'm just sharing my thoughts here. I'm not trying to hate on the group or anything. Okay, there's one thing that TXT, from what I remember, hasn't done. This kind of outside shot. Most of BTS and TXT's music videos have been in sets, so it's actually kind of refreshing to see a real life location in a big hit music video. But still, I'm just annoyed at this point by this kind of music production that Big Hit is doing. And yes, maybe it's not Big Hit, but it seems like it is Big Hit right now. Even if it's not them who produced this song, which I very much doubt. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm willing to change my opinion. But it very much feels like a song that modern Big Hit would produce. Shit ton of autotune, lots of vocal layering, high-pitched vocals, and lack of, I don't know how to call it. Modern Big Hit groups don't really have realistic vocals. They don't sound as if real people are singing those notes. It sounds like autotune. You just hear the autotune, you don't hear the voices. And all the voices sound way too uniform and do not contrast with each other at all. They just sound like the same person singing, you know? At least TXT, maybe because I've listened to them more than I have to Enhypen, their voices have started to contrast a little bit, and maybe the Big Hit has allowed their voices to breathe a little more, but even their voices I feel like are a little bit more different from each other compared to this group. But still, don't confuse my criticisms for this group as hate. I don't hate them. At most, I would be indifferent towards this group. I do not hate them. They haven't done anything to me to hate them. If I'm gonna hate anybody, it's gonna be Big Hit, because they've just become the Disney of K-pop, and there's a lot I can say about them, but I don't want to plague this video with that, so I'm just not gonna talk about that. But yeah, I kind of like it. I feel like the song maybe lacks a little bit of an impact, like being a little bit more in your face and saying, look at this high quality song. It's kind of like middle of the road, kinda. I mean, it's good. Like, it's not that far off of how I felt about aespa's Black Mamba. It's a good song, and probably after a few more listens I'm gonna be even more into it, because that is the case for aespa's Black Mamba. But it does lack a certain impact to it that I feel like when you debut you should have that. You can remove that a few comebacks down the road, but you need to have that with your first song, you know? But yeah, we're still gonna listen to it a second time before I say my final thoughts, so let's get into it again in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, right here you can 100% hear the autotune. I don't know, does Big Hit have a fucking fetish for autotune at this point? It ruins every single song by their groups at this point. I don't understand why are they so crazy about the goddamn autotune. It doesn't make the song sound good. I like the dark undertones of the music video and like some horror elements that it has. I'm gonna give him that. Okay, yeah, on second listen I can definitely see more of a difference between their voices, but they're still way too polished. Please, for the love of God, Big Hit, stop with the altitude. And yeah, as I mentioned in my first viewing, this is my favorite part of the music video. It's just refreshing to see an actual real life location in a Big Hit music video. Because for some reason they also have a fetish for CGI and sets, super colorful sets. I don't know what happened to Big Hit. They used to be so authentic and real and down to earth. Now they're just cookie cutter and what was the word for it? And obviously corporate produced. I don't know. Oh, he's a vampire. Didn't catch that on the first viewing. Okay, so as to not take like 20 minutes ranting again about Big Hit, I'm just gonna go into the rating stage, which would mean that for this song, at the very least, I'm gonna give it an 8.4 out of 10, and at most, it would be an 8.6 out of 10. Because it's a good song, like, I acknowledge it, it's not a bad song, it's catchy, and I would say, in a certain sense, that is the most important thing about a song, to be catchy. But I feel like with using the autotune, Big Hit is just artificially making the song catchy, and not making it catchy because it's a good song, you know? I don't know, maybe it's just me, maybe it's just me not liking the autotune. But I feel like it's just, if you use autotune all the time, then can you call yourself a musician when it's the computer singing for you and not you singing for you? I would rather take I would rather take somebody who is not super skilled in singing, but who is singing with their actual voice without autotune, over somebody who is a professional singer and they have the skills to back it up, but they just for some reason cannot stop themselves from using autotune. Because just the autotune ruins it, you know? It destroys any possible level of authenticity that the song or the group would have otherwise had. Imagine if TXT's music was produced in the same way that earlier BTS music or BTS's girl group Glam's music was produced. Don't you think that that would have been better? Maybe it's just nostalgia, although I definitely disagree on that. But I think Big Hits producing used to be so much more better and so much better and so much more authentic. Nowadays they just push it through the autotune machine and release some halfway catchy song, regardless of authenticity and quality. And because it's only halfway catchy, and because armies are for some reason in love with Big Hit, anything is allowed to go on, and there's no quality control anymore with them. But yeah, as I said, I'm not hating on the group, I'm more ranting about Big Hit. For the song itself, I like it, it's not bad, but ultimately it doesn't really feel far off from TXT's music. I can easily mistake this song for TXT's music, and probably will as I'm listening to it on my phone when I'm walking somewhere, because it's that similar. Maybe some of the voices being a little different from TXT's members' voices would kind of spill it out that it's not TXT, but as I said, when your voices are covered by the autotune, does it really even fucking matter? Yeah, I don't want to keep ranting about this anymore, so I think we're just gonna end it here. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe. Also, check out the links in the description to my Twitter if you want to follow me there, and to my Wattpad where I post my stories, because in addition to doing all these videos on my channel, I'm also a writer. And if you end up enjoying my stories over on Wattpad, or you simply enjoy my videos, you can head over to Patreon where you can pledge your support and help with the channel going and help support me so I can keep writing the stories you enjoy. But still, if you don't want to do that because you don't want to spend your money on me, that's completely fine. You can still help me out in other ways, like liking this video, subscribing, and especially sharing this video with somebody who you think might enjoy it. And I think that's pretty much it for this video, so hopefully I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!